Well, this is what we're up to today. We have to go and get the 7290. That ended up having the transmission fail in it here yesterday. So that's what we're going to go and do, is we're going to go and retrieve that. The boys already left with the service truck and they're going to meet us up there. So we will touch base with you guys when we get up to the field. My brother was bush hogging with it yesterday. So we got the Weather Channel on here. Brother was bush hogging with it yesterday, and something happened to the transmission in it. So we drug it out of the field, drug it off the bush hog, drug it to the side of the road where we can load it here this morning, and that's what we're gonna do. So Whitaker, Lily, and Andrew are headed that way. They're actually there now. They're waiting for me to get there. And we're gonna have to try and get it pulled up on this trailer, and then we'll run it to Seidenstricker here in Casanova. So get the suspension back aired up again. Yeah. All right, we'll show you what we've got going on here once we get there. All right, the tractor is right up here, and our guys are moving manure equipment while we're up here. It's Andrew there with a tanker. They're moving on the other side of Route 20. We are in Lafayette. This here is a dead-end road. Whitaker chisel plowed. This here last night, that's where we had wheat, and we're going to seed that down to alfalfa. So the tractor that we have to load is the 7290, and it is parked right in this driveway here. So we're going to turn around, and we are going to load this right in the road. I can't set up here right now because our frac tank and other equipment is coming down this road. Mr. Whitaker, and then Nate's going to be right here with the frac tank. So I'm going to turn around in a field, and we're going to get this thing loaded. The tractor broke down in this driveway here, so we drug it out of there, out that driveway, and down the road. There is the frac tank right there. All right, we'll get turned around and set up. Well, we've got the trailer detached. The guys are setting up manure equipment over on the other road, and we're going to get set up here to drag this on the trailer. We've got two ways we can do it. We can either pull from the field side or the road side. This is a back road, and it is a dead end, and I know what's going to happen. We're going to get hooked onto this. We're not going to see traffic for a half hour. And then as soon as we get hooked onto this tractor, if we're on the road side of it, we're going to have cars that are going to be coming down this road wanting to get past us. Alright, so this is how we were able to get this tractor pulled out of the field. This has the IVT transmission in it, and so does that one. The 8000 series, like that 8110, there's a hydraulic hose under the cab. You can hook a power porta power into it, and you can release the brakes, because it takes hydraulic pressure to release the brakes from the 8000s. These IVTs are a little different, but on this particular tractor, I don't know how that one is, but on this one here, there's a fuse that you pull out of the fuse panel. Then you turn the key on, come out of park, and put it into neutral. And if you listen, you'll hear the pump. There's an electric pump on the tractor. You can hear that power up. That has released the brakes, and it gives us minimal steering, and it also gives us brakes so that you can move the tractor. Now, I started it up a minute ago and it made a hellish noise. I don't want to run it any longer than I have to, but it made a hellish noise earlier. So we're going to, the guys are just pulling up here. I'm gonna get this 8110 set up, and we're gonna drag this onto the trailer. Okay, so we're gonna give this a try. You can hear the pump started up. So he's got steering, brakes. This strap, by the way, was sent to me by our viewer. I'm not supposed to tell you who it was, but we've used it quite a bit. No cars. Alright, watch his sidewall on that trailer. One thing I don't want to do is get that strap onto that trailer at all. This is going so far too easy. We might want to hook up onto that 3-point hitch. Alright, hold up a second. Hold up. Let's put this strap up on the 3-point hitch. Alright, the strap was starting to get too close to the side, so we have now hooked up on the 3-point hitch. I think that's going to give us the height that we need so that strap doesn't come into contact with anything. The other option is we use the chisel plow. That's going to work perfect. If it comes into the trailer right there, I don't think it will, but we could use the chisel plow to. All right, I think we got it. We're good. We're good. Yeah, that's gonna work. We'll put in 4. Just got to get a little more of a running start here. So, okay, perfect. Okay, you're doing good. It's going perfect. It's going perfect. It's going perfect. All right, let's hold up a second. Let's hold up a second. You eye the front end, Jared. Oh, this is going too easy. It's too easy. All right, we're straight. We're nice. This is going too easy. Way too easy. Way too easy. That going park? Yeah. Good to go. All right, let's get him unhooked so we can get this road freed up. This went way too easy. I thought sure the trailer was going to start walking backwards on us and everything else. So we grabbed cables and chains and everything else, and this strap, we've used this to pull dead trucks home. What did we pull with it last time? I think it was the C5. All right, well, we'll get this chain down and get it to side and stricker. So okay, so we've got this all loaded, chained down, and we're ready to head on out of here. I gotta show you this operation back here. We've got our chains touching each other. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's a big no-no. So we'll check this in a little while, make sure she's still tight. That should work. All right, we're using the Peterbilt because there ain't anything else available. They're hauling manure with the other ones, and we've got two that have flotation tires on them, so I'm not taking a truck with flotation tires on it all the way to Casanova. If we had no other options, then yes, we would. But all right, got our strap in the cab with us. We'll use that to get it off when we get to side and stricker, and we'll get back, get some stones picked, get putting some seedings in. We probably should have loaded this here last night, but my brother was in the field waiting for me to get there and get it drug off the bush hog. So the Whitaker, when he chisel plowed this, he said it was harder than hell. Tractor power hopping, doing all that stuff, so it'd be nice to get a little rain. But if we wait for rain, we might get too much rain to be able to even get the seedings put in. So we need to get the seedings in and hope it rains. All right. Better put the camera down. We gotta make a few miles here. At least we're halfway to Casanova. It's nice about when things break down in Lafayette. We're halfway there. All right. Well, we're little less than half a mile away from side stricker. We'll get pulled in there, get it unchained, find out exactly where they want to put it, position the trailer, pull it off, let them get it in place, and then we'll roll on out of here. I haven't been over here in a while. Looks like they've got a 30 series articulate right up front there. It's a big bastard. Looks like it's got 800 rubber on it. Alright, I think I'm just going to pull up in this back row here. Actually, I should have been facing the other way. Maybe we'll go over to the far row. 8R410. 12 row head. Well, we managed to get that off successfully, and we're going to roll back to the shop. But before we do that, we'll take a walk around to this combine. We don't normally see new combines. S770 Flex draper. I don't know what size it is, 35. Yeah, 35 Hydroflex. That's a nice unit right there. And then they've got a 6-string 341 baler. Better not say anything to Jared about this. He'll want it. He wants a 6-string baler next. Looks like this has done some demo work. L341. So, we will get back to the shop. It is muggy today. All right. Well, let's get back there. AR340. Well, we got back to the shop, and just as I was pulling in, Lucan's called me. I said, oh boy. So we passed him when he was going up the hill. We passed him somewhere there on the fly. I forget where the hell we passed him. But at any rate, he called. Like, oh no, don't tell me he blew a radiator hose or anything. But he ended up blowing a turbo intercooler clamp. Now, Jared did come back to the shop. You know, he was pulling back in, kind of pulled back in behind me, and I was just going to give the clamp to him and have him take it, but he'd be a little longer getting over there, and I figured the best thing to do is just jump in the service truck, and we'll take it to him. Then if he's got any other problems, we've got a few tools with us to get him fixed up. I imagine it's just a broken clamp, but hopefully he doesn't have a blown hose because I didn't grab one of them. So we'll get there and get him fixed up, and then we need to get back to the farm, get the roller hooked up. Andrew's going to take that over to where we're going to put seedings in. Sarah's got everything disked with the Terra disc. Actually, Andrew helped her too. And then we're going to get the stones picked. My brother's heading over there with a skid steer. We're going to get the stones picked, and then we're going to come back in with the disc the tracks, and then Andrew will go in and he'll roll it ahead of the grain drill, and then we'll roll it in behind the grain drill. So that's the plan anyways. So let's see exactly what Lucas has going on, and we'll get things organized there. It ain't one thing, it's another, right? Man, that's a big one.
Yeah.
I hope I got the right one.
It's on this one.
Yeah, it should be right. All right. Well, that was a simple repair. Okay, we'll get back to the shop. I didn't turn the camera on quick enough, but when we pulled up, I actually thought I was behind his trailer, but it was Alex. waiting to get around Wilkins here. So they've got the frac tank set up here. Pull in this driveway, offload. Pull out the other one. Still sitting there. I don't know if he's got to build up of there or what. Waiting to build up of there. All right. Well, we are now over in Warner's. And we're going to pick some stone by hand here for a little bit. And then we're going to get putting some seedings in here at some point. So we've got some fields up here on the end of this road that we're gonna pick by hand. I brought the grain drill over here last night. Parked that inside. That's full of seed. It's got about 140 acres worth of seed in it. And I don't know if we'll be able to plant anything today or not, but my brother's over here picking stone with a skid steer alone. And Andrew and I are going to help him get started with picking some stuff by hand down on this road down here. So we'll get after it here and see how we do.